Young Jock in the Streetz Morning Takeover. Miss Shanika right here. Shouty, DJ Sweat and the Body Banks. So we are Young Jock in the Streetz Morning Takeover, and we have the one and only Mona Scott Young in the building this morning.
Good
morning. Thank you.
You look so beautiful this morning,
well, stop
Mona.
it. Thank you so much. You look gorgeous as well. Your
Thank
hair is
you.
amazing.
Thank you, Mona.
Can they see what's happening with the fish braid and the
Okay.
jewels in the hair, giving me Nubian queen?
Okay, so I hosted a gala over the weekend, and I needed an updo, and I wanted to keep my braided look for the rest of the summer. So I said, give me a little razzle dazzle schmazzle.
Gorgeous. She got edges and everything. It's real cute up in here.
Thank you, Mona. I definitely appreciate you. Thank you to girl. All right, so let's get into this. Mona, you have been working, girl.
Yes.
Just recently, it has been announced that you are bringing the gals of R&B together.
Yes. We are doing the Queens of RnB Tour.
Yes.
And I'm excited about that because it's kind of an extension of what we did with the TV show. But now we've got 702, Total, Maya joining us. And of course, Xscape and SWV doing their back-to-back hits in a blended set.
Yes.
So it's going to be something special on that stage.
Now, Mona, you also were the brainchild behind bringing Xscape and SWV together on reality television, right?
Yes. But I'd rather think about how I brought them together for this tour.
No.
Hey, the show.
No, listen, we've talked about openly, the original intention of the TV show was to see the ladies coming together and preparing for, a tour. We were going to go out on tour. And then it was one curveball after another, and then it all imploded with some things that I don't think anyone expected.
Right.
That's the thing that happens with reality TV. You never know what is just going to come out and maybe take what you originally intended left. And that's exactly what happened with that. And, then the fans who, were so passionate got caught up and fueled, and they all, had their thoughts around everything. And so the ladies admitted that they got caught up in that. And of course, the whole thing imploded. But we did have one spectacular show.
All right.
Right? That was our finale episode. And I think everyone caught a glimpse of what it could be.
Yes.
And so for me, it's always about finishing what I started, right? We wanted to go out on tour. We wanted to offer the fans something special. So I just waited.
Yes.
And I bided my time. And, I stayed in touch with all of the ladies and just like I say, over and over again, space and grace, right?
Yes.
We just have to give each other sometimes space to kind of calm down and a little bit of grace to be human.
Yes.
Because like I said, you both said things, you both felt things justified, but you both respect each other, right? And have love for each other. So there is no reason why we cannot move past this.
That's right. So we're going to, so love where the group of ladies are right now. Just recently seen them in an interview situation with each other. So there's love and grace and unity there. I seen that. But the Scott sisters, Tamika Scott is one of my best friends. And her sister, you went in this with 4 members of Xscape, and now it's 3.
One of them escaped.
How did... Sorry.
The thoughts expressed on Streetz 94.5. No.
So how do you feel about that overall situation? Because it's touchy because it's a family.
It's touchy because it's family. And again, that was not anything that anyone expected, anticipated, right? And that's what I say, that ran deep.
Yeah.
That came out of nowhere. And, not having been privy to that information, it threw us all for a loop.
Yeah.
And the hope is that as family, they can figure it out and they can work through it. But I also have to respect where Tamika feels she is. And I think that's what all the ladies are doing because I think they all want to see that rift mended. But everyone has to respect where she is and how she feels about the situation. None of us were there. None of us experienced
That's right.
it.
Only time heals.
Yes, yes.
All right. So I'm excited about this tour. Cannot wait until it kicks off.
July 16th, we'll be at the Lakewood Theater here, Amphitheater.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh,
July
my God.
16th. Did we give away tickets? You guys are going to be giving away tickets?
We need the tickets.
We're going to hook that up. LiveNation.com to purchase your tickets. But we're going to get some tickets over to you guys to
I can't
give
wait.
to the listeners. But also, July 27th and 28th,
Okay.
State Farm Arena.
Wow.
We're going to have Out of This World, the Missy Elliott experience.
Whoa.
It's Missy Elliott, Busta Rhymes, Sierra,
Get
and
outta
Timberland
here.
on the ones and twos. So,
Mona,
yes.
you is out here doing
So
it,
listen,
girl.
when I do something,
Yes.
I'm all in.
I
So we
see.
decided, you know what, we're gonna tour this summer. So we're just gonna be all in. We got 2 tours. So we're taking over arenas and
Yes.
amphitheaters this summer.
Can I ask you one
love
thing,
that
Mona?
for you, Mona.
Yes.
Thank
You're
you.
able to work all of your creative facets together.
Yes.
Also, you just recently did a movie with
Absolutely.
Tiggs and
That was yes.
Jock
the
was in
Atlanta
it.
exactly the
Yes.
Atlanta Playboy murder.
Yes.
That was based on a true story. So that aired on BET Plus. So we, had a great time with that. Tay was fantastic. But we have a new movie now.
Wow.
Yeah,
Movie.
this one is called The Lost Holiday.
Okay.
And it was co-written, directed, produced, stars my partner Jussie Smollett.
Okay.
Along with Vivica Fox, who is incredible in this role as a mother who loses her son. And so we see her in a completely different
Viv.
light. Yeah, shout out to Tressa of Megamind Media.
Yeah.
We came together on this project, The Lost Holiday. And so we just got accepted into ABFF. So we're
Yes.
very excited about that. We're going to be screening out there in Miami. And then we're going into theaters in the fall.
Mona. Now you know you ain't gonna come in here and slide Jussie Smollett name right
Oh,
past us.
I heard that.
But this is not the first movie I've done with Jussie. We did an incredibly beautifully put together movie called B-Boy Blues.
Okay.
And that aired on BET Plus as well. But yeah.
I hate the incident that happened with Jesse. He was like
Jussie?
literally Jussie is
Yeah.
one of
Jussie
my
with the U.
favorite interviews. Just such a nice, kind spirit. I really hate that he got caught
I
up
do.
in all of that because it just took away from so much that I feel could have been in his career. But with
But
people
you know
like
what it
you-
didn't take away from? It didn't
Okay.
take away from his talent.
All right.
Right?
Wow.
And everyone in life, and again, no judgment here. Again, I wasn't there.
Right.
I have no idea. And I think, without saying too much, there'll be some very interesting, things that come about that will shed additional light
Okay.
on the situation. I'll say that. But it does not take away from his talent and what he has been able to accomplish. And when you see, his body of work, I don't know if you guys saw B-Boy Blues, but certainly when you see The Lost Holiday, what you'll see there is someone whose gifts shine through despite what the
That's-
external and the world,
That's
thinks or
wonderful.
has to say. And so that's the part of it that I always try to focus on, right?
Right.
Because that speaks to me volumes about a person.
I was gonna
the
ask
art
you.
form.
I was gonna ask you about his mental because I like my real name is Jamal. My middle name and his name was Jamal on the show, so I felt like you know
felt a connection.
Yeah, and then when all of that unfolded, I did think he was very talented, and I was just when you mentioned his name, I was really just like, I wonder what his mental is like. I'm glad he's productive and he's not sinking in the dirt.
Oh, yeah. No, absolutely. And he's surrounded by people who love him and know his talent and who, have encouraged him to walk in his truth and to, live in his light.
Yes.
Right? Because that's important as well.
Yeah, because you can't just fall off and die after, something happens to you. You have to keep going and encouraging.
And
your
I
people.
appreciate that you said that something happened to him. Yes,
Yeah.
because that is correct. That is accurate.
All right. Well, let's move it right along. Mona, you seem really passionate. We've talked about 3 different facets
Fast.
of what you do. You seem really passionate about the movies. How are you able to get your hands on these scripts?
Oh, well,
Like the
people-
Atlanta Playboy situation, like
Yeah.
he was such a major player in Atlanta during that time. I
Yep.
remember as a young girl growing up in Atlanta, just that whole story, like it really hit home here.
No, shout out to my partners at BET at the time. Larissa Bates was there, and this was a story that she was fascinated by. And so I partnered with Swirl, who, of course, is an Atlanta-based production company to make that project. But we just went out and we got the rights. There was a book
Okay.
that had been written, Redbone. So we got the rights to the book and then developed that into the feature script. Yeah.
Very interesting.
But what I'm loving about this phase is that, you know, I want to be a testament to the possibilities, right? That we don't have to be limited, especially as women of color, that you don't have to do one thing. You should be doing whatever it is your heart desires. So for me, every day, it could be television, could be films, could be touring. I might decide I want to do radio.
Wow.
Okay.
Hey.
Okay.
That's wonderful.
No, well, first of all, you can buy your own radio station. So clearly you could do radio.
No, it's just all about. We got one of these things called life. We better live it to the fullest.
I love it.
Every, element of what we are capable and made of, man.
So, Mona, do you feel, okay, because I am in my very early 40s. I've been in this entertainment industry since I was in my late teens. Do you feel the element of age or ageism at all in this industry?
I'll tell you, it does exist, right? I'd be naive to say it doesn't. My personal philosophy is I have a tendency to put blinders on. Not because I want to bury my head in the sand, but because I don't want myself to be distracted, right, by the perceived limitations that are put on us, because it is very, very real.
Yeah.
So I should not be able to do the things that I do. I should not have the ability to provide the opportunities that I provide. Right. I'm a Black woman. I should be in a box. I should sit my ass down in a corner somewhere. But if I stop to think that, to worry about that, it would limit me. So is there ageism? Absolutely. But I am perennially young at heart.
Yes, I am.
Forever young.
About 19.
Right? And it's about your attitude, your state of mind.
Yeah.
Right? Do I get tired? Absolutely. But am I enjoying what I am doing, mainly because it is allowing me to push myself every single day?
What is your biggest motivation that keeps you driven?
Getting it done. Do you know what I'm saying? Knowing that I did that shit. You know what I'm saying?
You heard me from start to finish. I know a finished project.
I don't need the credit and the accolades, because for me, it's good enough to know that I had a hand. That whether it's back, when I was managing, seeing the artist on that stage, seeing that album, on the shelves, seeing that billboard, I know the role that I played.
Right.
And then even going into reality television, and everyone has so much to say, but they don't know. They're not there. They're not on those midnight phone calls. They're not there when the artist, but I know what I did.
There are so many stories in what you're saying, like now. Like you will have work and content to the end of time. All right, so let's get into this. I'm trying to see. Okay, what do you tell young women who's looking at love and hip hop to make it career goals?
I always say, and any single woman who has ever been on that show will tell you, one of the first speeches I give is that this is not a final destination. Okay. This is a means to an end. Think of it as a bed of hot coals. Have you ever seen that exercise? Yes. Right? You just got to be focused on where you're trying to get to for you to get through that.
Yes, ma'am.
But if you stop and you get blinded by the shiny objects and the lights, you're going to stop and get burned up, right?
Yes.
Right.
So it's a pathway. It's a means. It's a platform. It is not the place that you unpack your bags and you decide, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. This is a career goal.
Yes.
If done in a way that is intentional, where you say, I'm going to come on here, share my life, open up in a way that at times may be uncomfortable, because that is when you are really connecting, when you're being at your most vulnerable. If you're going to go on there and create this relationship with the audience, now you've created a fan that potentially becomes a consumer, because they want to support you. And I'm not saying to just utilize or exploit. I'm saying to create a real relationship. Yeah. Right? I've shared this with you. You know what I'm trying to accomplish. You understand my goals in life. Now you're watching me try to accomplish this thing. And hopefully you are rooting for me to see me win. And will support my endeavors. And so then whether you are opening up a restaurant or wanting to become an artist and dropping an album or a designer, right? You have built a fan base. You have built supporters.
Yeah, I feel like Love and Hip Hop has been one of the strongest foundations for this entertainment industry for people to become entrepreneurs and, you know, really make money outside of what they could have even comprehended.
Absolutely. Sometimes at the beginning of a season when there'd be a very difficult story that I'm like, ooh, you ready to go there? This is going to be tough. Okay, let's talk about what you want out of this. Let's talk about what your end goal is so that when the going gets rough and you're sitting there, then you can remember like, okay, I chose to do this. I chose to share this. And again, it's hard. I always give the cast credit because it is not easy. I know I couldn't do it day in, day out, right? Come in, bare my soul for a bunch of people who I will never know in life to have an opinion and direct access to me via social media to tell me what they think of me all day, every day. Right? It's not easy. And then to get up and do it again the next day because it's contractual and you've signed up to do this. It is not easy. But that's why I always say, man, just be clear about why you're doing this, what you want out of this. And it should not be because I want to be a reality TV star. It's a means to an end.
Wow.
So, Mona, even now when people come to you about Love and Hip Hop News, because I had heard some years back that you weren't as intricate in the Love and Hip Hop process. Like, how attached are you still to the platform?
I am attached in the sense that I'm the creator and the executive producer, so I will always be, you know, attached to the show, but I'm not day to day.
Okay.
Right? There are casting people, production people who do the day-to-day work of making the show. So it's like, how many years in are we? 14 years, 15 years?
Wow.
If I was still doing that day in, day out, shame on me that I haven't grown.
There's no growth.
You know what I'm saying?
So
yes, I created something, I built something. There are other people now who do it on a day-to-day basis.
And it's living.
Yes. But I still get my
Yes,
pay.
I know that's one,
right.
and that's a real business
Still
when
get
you
your
do
check.
not have to attend to it, and it makes money.
Exactly.
Yes.
I mean, I think that's a testament to the machine that was built,
Yes.
right? That anyone can come in and continue.
That's right.
So, how do you have time for a personal life being this big mobile CEO? You got your hands in everything. Where does personal life come in, and how does that work?
All day, every day. It's a family business. You know, my husband is the COO of the company. We work hand in hand all day, every day. I'm surrounded by my friends because they are the executives in my company. So it's not like, oh, I got to make time for friends. I mean, I do have a group of girlfriends that are outside of the business.
Right.
When I want to just unplug and play Rumacube, right? But for the most part, Stephanie Gale, Treva Williams, you know, these are my closest friends, yet they are executives that work with me day in, day out and keep me grounded and keep me on my toes. And then I have an incredible support team that makes sure that I'm where I'm supposed to be, when I'm supposed to be there. Yeah, so
how's a Mona Scott enjoy? How's a Mona Scott Young? That's my first name too. And yes. So we that's our common thing between each other.
Conversation 4019.
You know? How does a Mona Scott Young spend Memorial Day?
You know what? Usually it's going down at Scott Young residence because I love to cook. And I love to do an impromptu gathering. Everybody who knows me in my circle know I love a good barbecue.
Not you can cook, Mona.
Oh, girl,
Lord.
you don't know about me.
Yes.
The red velvet cake.
Okay,
Oh, my
girl.
God.
The macaroni and cheese with the 3 cheeses.
Ooh.
No, I can cook. It's one of the things. You know when you're good at something?
Yes.
Can't nobody tell you nothing? The potato salad. No, I can cook. But this Memorial Day, I'm working thanks to Missy Elliott in a grueling rehearsal schedule.
Now that's a good place to
You heard me?
No, Missy don't care. She's like, we got to get this show together.
Yes.
So we're going to be doing some work, but I'm going to do a quick little slide off
I know
to a
that's
tropical
right.
location, maybe.
Okay.
Oh, I know that's
so
right.
Missy is really looking like she is defying the aging process. You hear me? I just showed them a picture. Was it like last week of her looking so
She looks
young.
amazing.
She
because
looks so good.
you know what? That Graves' disease was a real scare for her. And it made her realize that she had to take care of herself.
Yeah.
She will walk that mountain every morning without fail. Sometimes I'm like, is that rain I'm hearing?
Yeah.
She walks the hills and the mountains around where she lives. And, you know, she's been definitely focused on her physical health and also getting, you know, taking care of her maintenance with her medication and making sure that she stays on top of that. But she is focused.
Yes.
And now that we're going out on the road, she's like, I got to make sure these knees are right.
I know,
So I
that's
can,
right.
Yeah.
so I can drop it.
We want to see you move out there.
No,
we definitely.
it's going to be a fantastic show. The stuff that she's putting together, I keep saying to people, you do not want to miss this. Go to livenation.com. Get your tickets because her, Busta, think about the two of them together. And shout out to Busta. Yesterday was his birthday.
Yeah.
Busta looks good too.
Busta looks great.
He looks really good.
I'm actually going to hang out with him when I leave here. But Busta, love you. Happy birthday, my brother, my son. He's my brother and my son.
Yeah, your
and my
brother's son. Yes.
Hey.
All right. So, Mona, you have been in this entertainment industry for quite some time. I would like to hear your take on how you felt when you seen the video of Cassie.
I mean, there's nothing to say there because, you know, as a woman, my heart goes out to her. I pray for her healing. She's incredibly brave because that is a very scary thing to have to, you know, experience and live through. So all I can say is that I send her prayers every day. I think about, you know, the strength that she displayed in standing up for herself.
All right. Well, I appreciate you and your stance for women that you take in this entertainment industry, your protection, your guidance, and everything that is Mona Scott Young. I hate that I didn't get a mixed drink today, though.
Oh, my God.
You didn't bring me any
I
drinks,
figured it was a
darling.
little early. I didn't want to start your day.
Oh.
Okay.
But Mixed Fusions, Moscato, and Sangria.
That's
Find
right.
it at a store near you.
I know that's right. Mona brought me the whole boatload one time. I was
Yeah, they be up here drinking in the morning.
like,
Oh,
yes,
you all
we
be
do.
stuck. Well, it's only 5% alcohol, so you actually can have it first thing in the morning. It's like a mimosa. Yes.
Every day.
Yes, I'll get some over to you.
All right. And I just want to give a shout out to your earrings.
Ooh, yes, you know.
Miss Simone.
My sis and Misa Hilton collaboration,
I love
Denim and
those.
Diamonds.
Yes.
Shout out to Sis Jewelry.
Yes.
You know, I be waiting for that package, honey.
Yes.
Thank you so much to Simone and Misa for hooking the sister up.
That's right. And you
Yes.
guys can always keep up with Mona Scott how?
Mona Scott Young at Mona Scott Young on all social platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Mona Scott Young.
That's right. Thank you so
Forever.
much, Mona Scott Young. We appreciate you for taking time out. Sorry,
Yes.
Jock was not here today. to
Jock, I
accommodate
love
us.
you, love you, love you. Holla at me later. I love you, Lara.
That's
Yes.
right. Keep it locked in right here with Young Jock and the Streetz Morning Takeover.